Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm good morning to one and all present here. Please allow me to start with a quote from the great personality who fought for a better world. A quote from Nelson Mandela. It is in your hands to make a better world, and education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And we all are gathered here today in honor of our university, B.P.Koirala Institute of Health Sciences, which has dedicated its entire existence to education and to drive positive change in our society. I am Dr. Kumud Tapagai, and I am extremely pleased to serve you as the Master of Ceremony on this 21st B.P.Koirala Memorial Oration. And as we celebrate the 29th anniversary of BPKIHS and the 109th birth anniversary of B.Koirala, I extend my heartiest gratitude to all for your valuable presence here on this magnificent, glorious Friday morning. B.Koirala is one of the most prominent figures in the political transformation of Nepal. He was the first democratically elected Prime Minister, and in addition to being one of the most charismatic leaders, he was also a visionary and firm believer in education. Education as a driver for change and social upliftment of the Nepalese society. He once said, "The significance of life depends on the commitment for a purpose." And we, B.P.Koirala Institute of Health Sciences, as a premier Nepalese university, stand for a clear purpose and a strong commitment to improving the health status of people of Nepal. Today's event is a small celebration of having accomplished all those steps of 29 long years. And as we move forward, I would like to take the opportunity to extend a warm welcome to all our guests. Please join me in welcoming the dignitaries and the guests. Vice Chancellor of B.P.Koirala Institute of Health Sciences, I welcome Dr. Ganendra Giri to the DS quiz. Pleasure and absolute humility, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to the chief guest, Padma Shri, Professor Dr.Digambar Behera, to the DS. Dr. Behera is a pioneer in lung cancer chemotherapy and the founder president of the Indian Society of Study of Lung Cancer. We have with us the guest of special honor for today's ceremony, Professor Dr. Rajkumar. Professor Dr. Rajkumar is a renowned pulmonary physician with more than 3 decades of experience in pulmonary medicine. I am absolutely privileged to welcome Padma Shri Professor Dr. Digambar Behera and Professor Dr. Rajkumar as the most influential pulmonologists in the Indian medical field. And it's a huge honor to have these great personalities among us today. We, the BPKIHS family, are thankful for your gracious presence in this 21st B.P.Koirala Memorial Oration. Ladies and gentlemen, let me now welcome to the dais the executives of BPKIHS. Rector, Professor Dr. Guru Prasad Khanalkar. Registrar, Professor Dr. Shri Prasad Samrola. Hospital Director, Dr. Jagat Naran Prasad. Dean Examination, Professor Dr. Syam Thapa Chetri. Dean Academics, Professor Dr. Sirendra Jha. I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome the Deputy Hospital Director, Deputy Registrar, Assistant Dean Academics, Senate members of B.P.Koirala, members of the Executive Committee, former Executive members, Chief of College of Dental Surgery, College of Nursing and School of Public Health and Community Medicine. All the heads of the departments, faculty members, administrative and nursing staffs, my dear students, members of the press, and all the distinguished and dignified guests. A warm welcome in this Friday morning session. All the intellectual personalities, once again, we, B.P.Koirala's family, extend a very big welcome for your valuable presence. And as we move forward with the ceremony, I humbly request you all to please kindly switch off your mobile phones or turn them into silent modes. Thank you for this kind consideration. May I now request our dear students to please present bouquet to our Honorable Chief Guest, Special Guest of Honor, and the dignitaries in the dais. Dear students, it is now time for our national anthem, our pride, our nation. I request all to please give a standing ovation as the tune our national anthem is played. I would like to invite our college choir to invoke the Almighty and seek blessings from the goddess of speech, Ma Saraswati, to eradicate the abuse of ignorance and bestow us with knowledge and wisdom. I would also like to request our dear students to join the Saraswati Vandana and the B.P.Koirala's anthem. Vandana and the B.P.Koirala anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, I now invite the Vice Chancellor of this institute, Dr.Digambar, to please deliver his welcome speech.
Thank you, Dr. Kumud. Good morning, namaste, and warm welcome to you all. It gives me immense pleasure and pride to be here before you. Today is the 29th anniversary of B.P.Koirala's 109th birth anniversary of late B.P.Koirala, 21st B.P.Koirala Memorial Oration, in whose name B.P.Koirala stands with a striking sign of friendship, flagship between the government of Nepal and India, which has international and international reputation. The chief guest of 21st Memorial, B.P.Koirala Memorial Oration program, and today's orator, none other than Padma Shri, Professor Dr.Digambar, Behera. Accompanied by him, another great personality, guest of honor, Professor Dr. Kumar. Respected members of Parliament, Rector, Professor Dr. Prasad, Registrar, Professor Dr. Shri, Hospital Director Dr. Jagat, Dean Academics Professor Dr. Shri, Dean Examination Professor Dr. Shan Thapa, Senate members of B.P.Koirala, members of the Executive Committee, former executive members, invited guests, Chief of the College of Dental Surgery, College of Nursing, College of Public Health and Community Medicine, Assistant Deans, Assistant Hospital Directors, all the heads of the department, senior professors and faculty members, administrative staff and nursing staff, dear students, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On this great and auspicious occasion, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome our today's chief guest and 21st B.P.Koirala Memorial Orator, Padma Shri Professor Digambar Behera. Digambar Behera is Emeritus Professor of PGI, Chandigarh, Director in the Department of Pulmonary Medicine, Fortis Healthcare, Punjab, and he is a renowned scientist from India of international reputation. He is more special to us. As he is an internationally renowned person of scientific prominence. He has, with his skills and international integrity, he has produced a great internationally recognized doctors, professors and scientists. I would like to quote, if Professor Behera permits me, one name. My colleague, Professor Behera, who is also a great pulmonologist and now the chief of all the Institute of Medical Science. Such personality is being produced by our great scientist, Professor Dr.Digambar Behera. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Digambar Behera is accompanied by his spouse and daughter. A very warm welcome to you, sir, at B.P.Koirala. Again, I would like to welcome our guest of honor, Director of Vallabhbhai Patel Chest Institute, New Delhi, Professor Dr. Kumar. And all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, special guests, faculty members, staff students, distinguished guests, members of the press, and ladies and gentlemen. to this 21st B.P. Memorial Orations. B.P.Koirala Institute of Health Sciences was established in 1993 with autonomous institution as a symbol of friendship, flagship of Government of Nepal and Government of India, and is one of the largest and most ambitious projects of implemented through Nepal and India. Now I have to quote something. Recently I was attending as a speaker in WHO program in Kathmandu. Nearby there was a WHO representative of Nepal, and what he was talking about B.P.Koirala is, B.P.Koirala has international recognition and has reputation and goodwill because your institutions has contributed in World Forum of WHO as an advisory committee. Your few faculties are involved and they are helping the world through WHO organization was being told to me by the representative of WHO in Kathmandu while our guest of speaker. So this reputation, this institute enjoys and has great impact on research and invention of many things in many projects of world's scenario. Now the B.P.Koirala is a self-governing, self-reliant health sciences which was converted to the university, Deemed University in 1998. The major goal of this institute is to provide and fulfill the health needs of eastern region of Nepal at the primary, secondary, tertiary levels through the development of compassionate, competent and socially accountable health workforce. Today, on the occasion of 21st B.P.Koirala Memorial Oration, it is a huge honor to have eminent personality of our fraternity amongst us here at this moment of delivering the oration. On behalf of B.P.Koirala and on my own, I express my sincere thanks to Professor Behera for accepting our invitation as an orator and guest of honor Professor Rajkumar for giving us your valuable time, sir. Once again, I would like to deeply welcome you all, our guests. Thank each and every one of your gracious presence to make this program a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being instrumental in introducing us to such a esteemed personality, chief guest and a guest of special honor. Subham Krutubhyam Kalyanam Arogyam Dhanasampada Satru Buddhi Vinashaya Deeper Jyotir Namastute. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, deep lamp signifies sacredness, purity and life, and it's a symbol of hope that leads us from unreal to the real, from darkness to the light, from fear of death to the knowledge of immortality. I would like to invite our chief guest, Vice Chancellor and special guest of honor to inaugurate the ceremony of lighting the auspicious lamp. I also request other dignitaries in their dais to please accompany our chief guest for the lamp lighting ceremony. Thank you. I request our students to please off the fans so that we can let the lights dim. Thank you. Vice Chancellor and the convener of the Annual Report and Plan of Action Committee to please release the Annual Report for the year 2021-2022 and Plan of Action for the year 2022-2023. Let us give a round of applause to the members of the Editorial Board of Annual Report and Plan of Action Committee, led by the convener, Professor Dr.Digambar. The moment we all have been waiting and working for the entire year, the release of the annual report and the action plan for the next year. Moment of pride for the entire B.P.Koirala who has worked effortlessly for the last year and will continue to strive better in the upcoming future. Thank you, sir. Thank you, members of the editorial board. Ladies and gentlemen, I request you all to please stay tuned. As now it's moment, we hear from the renowned pulmonologist of India, Professor Dr. Kumar. He is the renowned pulmonologist of India who has remained the director of Vallabhbhai Patel Institute, Delhi, head pulmonary medicine at University of Delhi, head National Center of Respiratory Allergy, Asthma and Immunology, head Tobacco Cessation Clinic at Vallabhbhai Patel Chest Institute, Delhi, coordinator in the National Tobacco Quitline Services, chairman WS Health Centers, University of Delhi. It's a pride moment for me to welcome you to speak amongst us, sir.
Namaskar. I bring greetings from India and especially from Vallabhbhai Patel Chest Institute where I am working. It was a really surprise when Honorable Vice Chancellor called me on telephone that you are coming for taking the DM exam. It will be good that you become guest of honor for one of the very important program which is on this day. I was really honored and thank you so much, sir, for giving the invitation to me and see this gathering and talk to the people. This was my second visit to this institute and really this institute is wonderful. Under the dynamic leadership of respected Vice Chancellor and the young team which he has chosen, during these 2 days, 3 days, basically I saw everybody is enthusiastic in their work. And one of the important things, sir, which I saw when I was taking the exam and everything, such a human touch the doctors have learned, the students have learned. I have gone to many places in the world but I have not seen this gesture, this human nature, this humanity when the DN students, before presenting the case, basically he says pranam to the patient and takes the permission that I am going to present this case and everything. This is really fantastic. I have never seen anywhere. I will not take much time, but on behalf of at least Vallabhbhai Patel Chest Institute and on my personal behalf, anytime if we will be of any kind of the help for each other, we will be happy to have. For the students, I must say that you have lot of energy, you are bubbling with the energy. Please don't waste this energy and do in a positive direction. You use your all the energy, sky is the limit. You do put your all energy in the positive direction. Always, as I've heard in Honorable Vice Chancellor's talk, Sakaratmak Soch, that's a positive thought. So during your talk, it's really fantastic. Always giving the positive direction, always giving the positive direction. And thanks a lot for inviting me here. And about the orator, Professor Behera. He is basically father of the chest medicine there, and he is a twice BC Rai awardee, sir. Maybe that he will be, his biodata will be given, but he is a twice BC Rai awardee, and of course the Padma Shri. And he has served as a president of the society of the chest diseases in our country. There are 3-4 societies. He has served as a president in all the societies. He is chairman of the scientific advisory of Vallabhbhai Patel Chest Institute also, sir. With that, I thank each and everyone for inviting me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. B.P.Koirala has always provided us a platform to hear from such an esteemed personality. Such a great honor it was that you bestowed upon us, sir. Thank you so much. We look forward to many more of such inspiration and motivation in the future days. Moving forward with the ceremony, I now call upon the Dean, Academics, Professor Dr. Sivendra Jha, to please read out the citation. Thank you, sir.
Respected Vice Chancellor, sir, Chief Guest of this 21st B.P.Koirala Memorial Oration, Padma Shri, Professor Dr.Digambar Behera, sir, our special guest and guest of honor, Professor Dr. Rajkumar, sir, Director, sir, Registrar, sir, Hospital Director, sir, Dean Examination, sir, Chief Ma'am, Chief Sir, Head of Departments, Executive Members, Senators, Faculty, Staffs, and dear students. As a student of B.P.Koirala, as a faculty member, a staff member of B.P.Koirala, this is the biggest day in the year for all of us. our mother institute, B.P.Koirala Institute of Health Sciences. Since this is the biggest day, the oration on this day has always been very special to all of us. And we have already heard from our guest of honor, Professor Dr. To the students, what I would like to say is, whatever he said, he didn't go to content as such, but what we all should learn from him is, the guest sir, he himself is one of the biggest name in the field of pulmonology in India, but his gesture towards his guru also, Professor Digambar Behera, is something we all should learn. How we should respect the colleague, how we should respect our senior, what amount of gesture, what extent of gesture we should have. So this is something we should learn from what he said. When we have decided about our chief guest of the oration, Vice Chancellor sir ordered us, Dean Examination and Dean Academics, to look after, and about our chief guest. Bhatta sir used to tell me since long, he used to tell about the character of Guru, and he always used to give the example of Professor Behera. We were all, when we were receiving Padma Shri in 2020, we were also sharing happiness with one another, sir. So, when VC sir assigned me to communicate with sir, actually, to be honest, I was very apprehensive, because I had heard from Bhatta sir. He was such a great personality, such a senior person, so I was very apprehensive to communicate with him. But to my surprise, when I called sir, the most beautiful thing I got that he was extremely down to earth. So one more lesson we should learn is, great achievements makes us more humble, more down to earth, and more easily accessible. So that is again, all of you should take from here what I learned from him. After that, I went through his series, and what I thought after going through that 12 series, is it achievable in one life? I was saying this with sir, how come this has been possible? And again sir, in his humble tone, told like, we have to keep our basics right, we have to dream, and we have to work. It is possible, and it has been possible. It has been possible by, in sir's life, it has been seen. We should learn, we should dream big, we should work hard from today, and at least somewhere we will reach. Maybe not exactly of his stature, but with his name, with his achievement in our mind, we will be able somewhere contributing maximum to our community from the field of medicine. So again, so many things to learn from sir. Now I am honored, I am very privileged to be given opportunity to go through the citation for sir, and this citation I am reading on behalf of our Vice Chancellor, Dr. sir. So with sir's permission, I will proceed with the citation. 11th B.P.Koirala Memorial Oration, citation 2022. B.P.Koirala Memorial Oration is awarded every year to the person of scientific eminence who has substantially contributed a major role in strengthening education, research and service in health science. The recipient of this year's award is Padma Shri, Professor Dr.Digambar Behera. Professor Dr. Digambar Behera is Emeritus Professor and ex-Senior Professor and Head, Department of Pulmonary Medicine and ex-Dean Research and Head of Clinical Departments and ex-Director at Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, PGIMER, Chandigarh, India. Born on 1st April 1953 in Cuttack, Odisha, India, Professor Dr. Digambar Behera completed his MBBS from SCB Medical College in Cuttack in 1978 and MD Internal Medicine from PGIMER, Chandigarh, India in 1980. Dr. Behera has passed the National Board of Examinations in both General Medicine 1982 and Respiratory Medicine 1983. He was also NIH International Fogarty Fellow at the University of Washington Union for International Cancer Control, Fellow for Lung Cancer Research in Copenhagen, Denmark and Sydney, Australia. Professor Dr. Digambar Behera is one of the greatest thought leaders in the field of medical education and clinical research, considered one of the founding pillars of lung cancer research in Southeast Asia. In his illustrious career, Professor Behera has done pioneering research in pulmonary medicine, especially in lung cancer. He is the author of 6 books, including one single author, 2-volume textbook on pulmonary medicine. For his clinical and scholarly excellence, Dr. Digambar Behera has been recognized worldwide and bestowed with many national and international awards. He was conferred with the prestigious Dr. B.C. Roy Award in the category of Eminent Medical Teacher for the year 2004 and recently with Padma Shri Award in 2022 for his commendable contribution in the field of medicine by the President of India, as well as APS Public Service Award 2021 by American Thoracic Society, recognizing his contributions to public and population health care in areas related to lung disease, sleep health and critical care, and Lifetime Achievement Award 2021 by National College of Chest Physicians of India. Professor Dr. Digambar Behera is a member of many key committees in the national and international policy making in tuberculosis and lung health, including chairman of tuberculosis scientific section of the International Union Against Tuberculosis and Lung Diseases and member education committee, International Association for Study of Lung Cancer. Professor Dr. Behera is a fellow and member of several national and international bodies. Professor Dr. Digambar Behera is an inspiring teacher, a leader among leaders, a legendary educator, a constant source of inspiration, and a transformative visionary. He is one of the pioneers to start DM super specialty course in pulmonary and critical care medicine for the first time in India and Southeast Asia in 1989. His vision, wise leadership, and personal and professional elegance have served both to inspire and connect medical profession worldwide. He has guided and mentored a large number of pulmonary physicians and other trainees who now occupy prestigious positions in different international institutions globally. Over 40 years of academic clinical career, he has worked tirelessly to disseminate innovation and knowledge in medicine. Dr. Digambar Behera is not a stranger in our country or our institute. His innovation, leadership and scholarship has influenced academic training of large number of students in Nepal too. Many of us here at B.P.Koirala had a great pleasure being his student and of working with him, and our endeavor to establish the super specialty academic courses would not have been complete without his practical and intellectual insight. We at B.P.Koirala acknowledge and recognize Professor Dr. Digambar Behera's outstanding scientific contributions in world arena of clinical pulmonary medicine, major contributions to prevention, diagnosis and treatment of lung cancer through leadership in research, education or clinical care. We respect and value Professor Dr.Digambar Behera's support towards the mission, vision and goal of B.P.Koirala Institute of Health Sciences and his personal contribution towards improving world lung health in the area of research, delivery of healthcare, continuing education or care of the patient with lung disease and advocacy with a special emphasis on efforts that have the potential to eliminate health disparities related to cancer care worldwide. We also recognize Professor Dr. Digambar Behera's generous commitment of his time, support and inspiration to faculties at B.P.KHS, helping in collaboration, building local leadership capacity in pulmonary critical care and sleep medicine and prioritizing long-term academic mentorship and relationship. This B.P.Koirala Memorial Oration Award for 2022 is conferred on Padma Shri Professor Dr. Digambar Behera in recognition of his exemplary professionalism, collegiality and global citizenship in medical education and research, outstanding contribution in strengthening medical education, research and services in health science through his academic scholarship and leadership in the discipline of medical sciences and in interdisciplinary areas. Date 9 September 2022, Dr. Gyanendra, Vice Chancellor, B.P.KHS.
Thank you, Dean Academics. I apologize for the slight modification in the hierarchy of the speeches. I take the opportunity to call upon the Rector, Sir, B.P.KHS Professor Dr. Guruprasad Khanal to introduce the orator of the 21st B.P.Koirala Memorial Oration.
Honorable Chief Guest of 21st B.P.Koirala Memorial Oration Program and today's orator, Padma Shri Professor Dr. Digambar Behera, respected Vice Chancellor Dr. Gyanendra, Guest of Honor Professor Dr. Rajkumar, Registrar Dr. Surya Prasad Saulora, Hospital Director, Jagan Nayak Prasad, Dean Academics, Dr. Professor Dr. Sivendra Jha, Dean Examination, Professor Sam Thapa Chetri, Senate members of B.P.KHS, members of the Executive Committee, former Executive members, invited guests, Chief of College of General Surgery, College of Nursing, School of Public Health and Community Medicine, Assistant Deans, Assistant Hospital Director, or Head of Department, Senior Professors and Faculty members, Administrative Staff and Nursing Staff, dear students and newly selected SWS executives, member of press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and namaste and a warm welcome to you all in this prestigious institute on the auspicious occasion of 29th anniversary and 21st B.P.Koirala Memorial Oration. Also, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Mrs. Behera and her daughter. It is my privilege to introduce our honorable chief guest and orator, Padma Shri Professor Dr. Digambar Behera, who was born on 1st April 1953 at Khairabanga district, Cuttack, Odisha, India, is currently Emeritus Professor, Department of Pulmonary Medicine, Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, Chandigarh, India, and Director, Department of Pulmonary Medicine, Fortis Healthcare, Mohali, Punjab. He completed his MBBS in 1978 from Shri Medical College, Cuttack, his MD Medicine in 1981 from Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, Chandigarh, India. He has passed the National Board of Examination in both General Medicine and Respiratory Medicine. His academic designation are Emeritus Professor, ex-Senior Professors and Head Department of Pulmonary Medicine, ex-Dean Research, ex-Chairman Clinical Departments, Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, Chandigarh, and ex-Director, National Institute of Tuberculosis and Respiratory Disease. In his career of more than 4 decades as an academician and researcher, progressed from senior resident, lecturer to associate professor and to professor, Department of Pulmonary Medicine. He has been very active in different professional organizations, has done fellowship of 8 academic bodies, is member of 10 different societies and has been involved in editorial board of many scientific journals, member of executive bodies of 12 scientific societies and expert faculty members in more than 10 different universities. He has 600 papers published in his name and is present in more than 150 papers in national and international conferences. He has given his scientific talks in more than 82 countries. He has guided more than 100 postgraduate, DM, MD and postdoctoral theses. He has published many books in the field of pulmonary medicine. In addition to his work in the Department of Pulmonary Medicine, he has worked as Joint Medical Superintendent, the senior most Joint Medical Superintendent, and subsequently was appointed medical education, and he was pioneer in developing the postgraduate program in the super specialty of pulmonary and critical care medicine for the first time and the only of his kind in the country. Due to his massive contribution in the field of medicine, in the education, research and services, he has received more than 40 national and international awards, including Dr. B.C. Roy Award in 2004 by the Medical Council of India, which is the highest honor that can be achieved by a doctor in India, and Padma Shri in 2020, which is the 4th highest civilian award of Republic of India. We are privileged to have you here, sir. Thank you very much for your gracious presence here. Thank you.
Thank you, Rector sir, for introducing us to the orator for today's ceremony. Now, to honor our distinguished chief guest, may I request Vice Chancellor Sir Dr. Digambar for presentation of the citation and oration medal to our honorable chief guest, Padma Shri, Professor Dr. Digambar Behera. I would like to take this opportunity to invite Padma Shri and call upon Dean Academics to elaborate our upcoming program. Thank you.
The PowerPoint will be required, so after our chief guest sir is called here, I request all the dignitaries on the DS to take their respective seat in the front row, sir.
So far, I would like to take the permission to welcome our chief guest, Padma Shri, Professor Dr.Digambar Behera, for his special words citation. Thank you, sir.
Respected Vice Chancellor Sir, Dr. Giri, the Rector, the Registrar, the Director of the Hospital, the Deans, the other officials of the administration, esteemed faculty members, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen. At the very outset, I express my sincere gratitude to the Vice Chancellor and his team for inviting me today to become a part of this celebration. And really, with so many words, I do not know whether I deserve that or not. I am really humble and honored, ladies and gentlemen. The B.P.Koirala Institute of Health Sciences is one of the apex healthcare institutes of Nepal, established and a name in the fond memory of the popular and the visionary leader of this country, Shri B.P.Koirala, who is well known for social uplifting and is a firm believer of national integration. The institute is one of the many successful examples of Indo-Nepal cooperation and a deep socio-economic and cultural bonding between the two of our great nations. This was established, as you all know, on 18th January 1993 and subsequently upgraded to an autonomous health science university on the 28th October of 1998 with a mandate to work towards developing socially responsible and competent workforce, providing quality healthcare and involving in innovative health research. The Nepal-India agreement for establishing this institute in collaboration with partnership with AIMS New Delhi and the PGIMR Chandigarh had marked a new chapter of friendship and cooperation between these two great countries. This friendship has since grown and got strengthened further, and the institute have always acknowledged and appreciated the academic support, partnership and patronage provided by PGI and AIMS. The other primary objective of correcting the imbalances in availability of affordable and reliable tertiary level healthcare in this country in general, and to augment the facilities for quality medical education in the underserved areas. I still remember the learning memories of many of the VIP students from this country and PGI. In fact, we always consider all the students, all the colleagues, those who have come to PGI as VIPs, but I'll just will mention only a few. I'll still mention specifically His Excellency, the ex-President of Nepal, Dr. Ram Baran Yadav, a very simple, hard-working person getting his training in the Department of Medicine, Internal Medicine at BGI. Although I think if I dare and permitted to take the name, in fact, I should not say that, but I'll take this opportunity to tell that, because I'm sure he's not going to mind about it, because I was about 3 years senior to him. And he was very, very humble and sincere person. And we are very close to each other. Most of the time we spend, and that actually he had shown what a Nepali is. What is the character, what is the work ethics, everything about Dr. Rambaran Yadav. Then the other persons, I think your Vice Chancellor, although he is not trained from BGI, but he is trained from our sister institute at AIIMS New Delhi. I am sure all of you know that or not. He had taught in the Department of Medicine from AIIMS in his batch, and that degree is from a person like Professor J.S. Guleria, the toughest man in the field of clinical medicine, the most fearful person, although lovable man, but he is getting the topmost position when the topping in his batch is a great achievement. That's up to you, sir. I don't know whether you have told these things to your people or not. And of course, again, I remember Dr. Deepa Shrestha, who was our DM trainee, who had passed out our DM, she is now working at big hospital, Kathmandu. And then many. And of course, I will not dare to forget my old friends, Dr. Narendra Bhatta and Dr. Mishra, with whom we have special bonding. I have met Dr. Mishra at one of the conferences at Bangladesh, and also our NAPCON in India. To my mind, the 3 important functions of an institute like this is to excel in 3 important fields, that is patient care, medical education, and training and research. Further to that, you have to match, in fact exceed those glory achieved by your immediate neighbors with world-class standards. Regarding patient care, it should be the state-of-the-art, high quality, affordable, and to the satisfaction of the patient and his or her family. Medical science is ever growing and modern medical practice is challenging. The institute needs to understand the healthcare issues and the needs of the region of the country and make ways how to solve them. Medical education has undergone again tremendous changes since the time we were trained, that is about 30 years back or 50 years back. I suppose the medical science itself has overgrown in its volume and dimensions. New challenges like newer diseases, one such example is COVID-19, and the rapid exponential growth of diagnostic technologies and the therapeutic dimensions are enormous and challenging. That needs more skills and sophisticated equipments which need heavy financing that are further to the challenge. We need to innovate how to deliver best services within our financial constraints to innumerable poor patients in our society that need to penetrate to the lowest strata of the society. Our service delivery should be without consideration of caste, creed, color, or religion. Our education curriculum need to include not only technical knowledge but also ethical practices, how to deal with challenging issues in a more practical way and showing empathy, not apathy, to the patient and its relatives. Patient dealing is an art that needs to be imbibed, which are not mentioned in our usual medical textbooks. And I am sure our youngsters will learn those through their teachers and through their own experience over time. Like one such example, Rajkumar just told us, we are really impressed as he told, we have gone to many hundreds of examinations, but the way the student presented, that was great. We are just talking, it was very impressive. So thank you, Dr. Mishra, for this training. What What we have observed over years, that patient abilities in general, that patient dealing is a great casualty in our day-to-day practice that lands us in trouble. Our young doctors are the first point of care, so that they need to know these arts of patient handling from the very outset. I am glad that some of these are now part of the curriculum, at least in Indian National Medical Council, even if they may not be sufficient. Education has become easier and accessible now through the availability of internet, social media and other electronic resources. Students may know or read something through Google anytime, anywhere and any place. But let me tell you friends, these will and can never replace contact teaching or physical teaching and with guidance from your teachers. Your computer can never teach you how to palpate a pulse or palpate a spleen or balance a kidney. On the other hand, teachers must adapt to different interesting modules of teaching so that the student develops interest in attending your classes, whether theory or practical. It is common in medical colleges that tutorials or clinical classes of certain teachers are more popular. The third component is research, which is another important agenda of an institute like yours. In fact, this is one area which makes or marks one institute distinct, and these organizations stand out from other institutions. The responsibility lies more with the faculty. Quality research and research that has implementation value will make you great and recognizable amongst your peers. You should have innovative ideas, and the topics must be relevant to the region and the nation and people at large. Of course, we know we cannot go, or I think we should not be, we have not yet reached that stage to start cutting edge research, although it is always desirable. I understand there are many issues like funding, grants, facilities, opportunities, etc. But you must come out of these challenges. Cooperative research, both inter and intra-departmental and intra-institutional cooperation is one way of overcoming these challenges. Be careful about ethical practices and plagiarism issues while you are doing research. Clinical trials, epidemiological research are two important ways to start with your research. If you wish to excel, you must work beyond your official duty hours, spending extra time. You cannot and should not take the plea of excess workload. You have to work with that. In any case, you have to come out and stand out. The institute will have a great role to play in this regard by facilitating research and inculcating the research environment in the institute. There should be a research cell, and the researcher must not face any difficulty, whether administrative or academic hurdles. Encourage research, encourage mentorship programs, and even focus your priorities. Small intramural grants can be given to young faculty to encourage them. Animal experiment facilities may be developed over time. And I am sure with the Vice Chancellor and your deans like them, I think I am sure these things will definitely be facilitated. And I would just like to read two sentences which the Honorable Vice Chancellor has made in your annual report. Our destination is to be a leading institution making impact in the national and international levels, to develop our institute as center of excellence. Like any major undertaking, there have been challenges and crises, but we have demonstrated that institute has strength and the determination to go beyond these with our collective efforts. This is a great WhatsApp. It's a reason. And again, another two lines again, sir, you have written. I also congratulate all the faculties, doctors, staff, students, researchers, patients, national and international partners, and other collaborators, and the people who have continually worked together with us for the upgradation of academics, research, and services and beauty. AI was like. So sir, these are great. What's your reason that says you are trying to distribute, pass on the credit to other people? But I think this leadership is required, and I am sure the institute has got a great future. Then again, I have to I'll take 1 more minute. I have also something to tell about to my young friends, the medical students, whether they're undergraduates, postgraduates, or postgraduates. I remember my anatomy professor, Professor Basu, that is way back in August 1971, telling us during our first introductory class, that is he was a Bengali, so that's why I am telling you what he had told exactly. He had told, Dhukte Kasto, Padte Kasto, and a Bareto Kasto, which means that was in Bengali. Says, this means it is difficult to enter into medical sciences because of tough competition, and so it must be here also. Because of stiff competition, you need to do very hard work to read, and it is also very difficult to come out, that means pass out, to pass out the examination. The examination is just not MBBS, MD or DM, it is also through a doctor, all throughout also he has to face the examination, because with many things, many other things which you gradually learn. This still holds true today, friends. You are lucky to get a seat in this great institute and become a part of this family. You will have a name and fame and a tag value. However, you must work hard, get as much as you can, extract knowledge and skills from your great teachers. Then practical training is must, and you can only learn from here during your training. Although this is not a matter of praise for me, let me tell you, because I have come here to share something. One thing I have learned from my residence days at PGI, and sir, you have also learned the same thing from AIMS New Delhi, which these institutes are known as. You do not know what is the duty hours. You do the night duty, and next day 8 o'clock again you are supposed to do. Rather, we prefer that. During those days, there will be no bias, no syringes, so not early. Right? So if you, as a first year student, will do the night duty, the next day we are supposed to get up, but we are happy to do that duty so that we are in the ward, so before other residents come and grab the syringe or those vials, so we will get the first chance to get those things very easily from the head nurse of the ward. So these are the type of training we have received. I can still work for 24 hours, maybe it is little exacerbation, and still will be able to draw venous blood samples like anyone of you. Or I can still give a venipuncture to a pediatric patient, give a IV drip at this age of 70. It is again what I am trying to say again, it is not to self-praise me, it is only just to tell you your practice and practice. That is what I mean. Again, friends, love and practice ethical values. Have empathy with your patients and love the art of patient handling. Knowledge has no boundaries, it has no horizon. Only hard work will get you all this. I am sure most of you go further specialization and will choose your future path. Whether go for your practice in an academic institute like this, or go for your own practice or join a government or private job. Whatever you do, wherever you go, please do not forget these principles of ethics, empathy, kindness, and dedication to your duties. Fix your goal and target, and you will achieve this. Recognition needs years of hard work, the practice of ethical and moral work. With these few words, ladies and gentlemen and dear friends, I thank again the Vice Chancellor and the team for giving me this unique opportunity and this honor to interact with so many wonderful people out here. So long live Indo-Nepal friendship. So now I'll go little bit of academics which I have chosen to speak before you the Oration proper. So these are only some of my thoughts I had jotted them down, so I thought I'll share it with you. So the topic I have chosen, it is a little longer. That is, you see, that is looking back to move forward. Always, actually, the past is the mirror for the future. You always know. So we learn from the past what we have done, what mistakes we have done, or what good things we have done, and how to move forward from these learnings. The topic I have chosen is about the reflection on journey towards establishing cancer care beyond and across the academic medicine in South Asian context with special reference to lung cancer. In fact, this topic was suggested to me by my friend Dr. Narendra Bhatta. He told, okay, you tell something about cancer, and that also suited me because my special area of interest was lung cancer. So I thought I'll just share some of my thoughts about cancer in general, with specific reference to India and Nepal in South Asian countries. And then my journey, I'll just share some of my experiences, my journey, which I started about in the early 80s, and then what are the changes that are taking place, and how we have tried to handle them in our institution. You all know that cancer in general, so it is a leading cause of death and an important barrier to increasing life expectancy in every country of the world. It is the first or second leading cause of death before the age of 70 years in 112 of the 183 countries, and ranks third or fourth in a further 23 countries. That is the report by WHO. And it partly reflects that the marked decline in the mortality rates of stroke and coronary heart disease related to cancer in many countries. This is because of advance. This is the ranking of absolute values of disability adjusted life years that we call as the values, that shows a particular disease, how it affects our disability adjusted life years. That is how a burden or a particular disease is counted. You can see this is the global burden of disease study. This is labeled as a 2. These are the causes of disease or injury. You can see following cardiovascular disease with all cancers excluding non-melanoma plus skin cancer, it ranks second. Acute cancer is not important. That is about the one figure. And then of course it will vary depending upon the human development index, how advanced the country as regards the human development index, and our country in Southeast Asia. So we are in the lower standards. So that way it may not be very common because the other infectious diseases, malnutrition, so they are the more common causes. But you can see in the SDI or the high development in the human development index, so they are more common in the more developed countries. Again, this is the cancer burden, that is the report of GloboCan, that is the Global Cancer Report of 2020. You can see in the world in the year 2020, you see about 19.3 million new cases were reported in the year 2020. And then out of that, about 10 million people died in the year 2020. You can see the death rate is more than 50% because of cancer. Then this again shows the both in case of males and females. Of course, the cause of various cancers is a little different. In case of males, it is the lung is the commonest, lung cancer is the commonest, right? Again, in case of females, it is the breast cancer, and again it is one of the first 10 common cancers, lung cancer. But again, you see, as I told you, in the mortality wise, you see the most common cause of cancer-related death is lung cancer. It is throughout the world, including both sexes, male and female, right? Then this is the various area-wise. You see, the Asian countries, the burden you can see, it is nearly 50% in the Asian countries. And you see the burden of cancer, so also then both in case of males, females, so also the mortality. So it is again a very, very important cause of mortality as well as incidence even in developing countries like Asia. Then again, if you see, if you focus in this is the region wise, if you see the various Asian countries, it is again depending upon what is the population wise, that's so the incidence per 100,000 population, you can see the number is quite alarming. That as you saw in the last slide. This again the region wise, you can see here if you focus, here it is India and then Nepal. These are the two things. It is given here. I will come to that, but the common thing that shows the distribution of the various cancers. But I think the next slide will show. This is again the mortality rates, again same. But again the next slide will be more clear because it is clumsy. Yeah. Again you see this is the various regions. If you focus on the lung cancer, you can see the various regions the cancer is more common in certain regions in Europe and then some of the Eastern Asian countries. But however, for the countries like South Asian countries, it is a bit less, fortunately. Okay. Again you see, this is the, in case of female, it is the breast cancer, which is the most common as I told you, and then the lung cancer, and then in our region, both the Asian parts or Western, Eastern or the Western Asia or the Southeastern Asian countries, you see in comparison to most of the developed countries, both breast cancer and lung cancer in case of men, they are to a lesser extent. Then again you see what is the prediction. This is a very important slide. If you can see, this is you can see in the 2020 and between 2030, in the next 20 years, you can see we have got the low human development index country that you have here. You see the incidence of cancer is going to be increased by about 95%. And you can see same also the mortality. You can see here. You see in 2020 it is 19.1 million I had told you. So it is expected that by 2030 it will be about 29.4 million cases of cancer. So also the mortality is going to increase by about 64%. So again this slide, the same thing I have shown you here, what is going to happen in 2020 and 2030. Again you have somewhere here the overall estimated number that is in India. Fortunately you have got overall incidence is less in comparison to the more developed countries. This is say for example in case of USA what is happening. The prostate cancer is the most common cancer, then lung and bronchus, they were the next highest, but gradually that is coming down over here. This is a figure from 1975 to about 2018. And then in case of females, the breast cancer is the commonest cause. Then this is the and this one you can see again in case of males it is coming down, but in case of females there was a gradual rise. It is because of the smoking in case of females, and then since 2016 or 18 it is gradually coming down, but the fall is quite steep in case of males, but in case of females it is not so. This is again, this is the male and female. I have already told you this is what is happening, the situation in case of lung cancer. Again you see estimated new cases. It is the both in case of males and
and also in case of females, this is the estimated new cases and so also the estimated cases of deaths. You can see both in case of males and females, the mortality because of lung and bronchial cancer is the come up in case of countries like US. So this is about Asia. I had already told you the commonest cancer is in case of both sexes, it is lung. In case of males, it is again lung cancer. And of course, in case of females, it is breast. That is expected. Then you see now coming to this is the standardized incidence for 100,000 population. So please focus here in India and in case of Nepal here, some of our other neighboring countries. You can see Nepal, what if I focus, they draw your kind attention, you can see it is quite high. The standardized incidence for 100,000 population. And so also the mortality, you can see it is quite high when compared with India or some of the other neighboring countries. So I think the situation is not very good actually to that extent. So you see in case of Nepal, you see it is in 2020, this is the report of Globocam. You are about 20.5 thousand cases of cancer, and then you see by 2030 you will see almost double the number as reported to the Globocam or reported by the International Agency on Research IARC report. And you have got different sources from where they get the report. This is again the Nepal, same thing. In case of both sexes, you see the commonest cancer is lung cancer. Then in case of males, it is lung cancer. In case of females, it is cancer, cervical cancer and breast cancer. So this is the Globocam report and the number of cases, male, females, and this is what I have got it from Globocam report. So the situation is not very good. So this one, I think this, I will skip this one. What is happening in India, I would just like to tell you, we have got a National Cancer Registry Program by the Indian Council of Medical Research. We have got both the population-based as well as hospital-based cancer registries. There are many, you can see, distributed throughout the country. And then we have got a Cancer Atlas program. That means there are districts, more than 500 districts. Anywhere, whenever there is a cancer is detected by histopathology, that is immediately reported to the Atlas program. So that's why we collect our data in our country. This is what you can see, the commonest cancer. Of course, ours is the oropharyngeal cancer, followed by lung cancer. But again, if you see the exact number, it only varies between 200 numbers. It is only 500 more oropharyngeal cancer. So lung cancer is only 500, 600 less. So what I am trying to say, this is a very important cause of cancer in both sexes. And again, in case of males, the same thing. But however, in case of females, it is the breast cancer, and then followed by cancer cervix, and then the third or fourth common cause is lung cancer. So this is, as you can see, this is the breast cancer in case of females. The mortality is also obviously because of that. And lung cancer is at least one of the 10 common cancers of one of the common cancers in India. So this is what again the distribution, as I have already told you and that I have shared with you already. And again, very interestingly, India is a very vast country. You see, we have got the distribution of both in case of males and females, the region-wise distribution. You see, our hotspots lies in, this is the Kamrup district in the northeast, both in case of males and females. It is again very interestingly because of the smoking and other practices, alcohol, other diets, other type of things. You can see such a wide variation. This is not only we come to know through our cancer registry program. You can see it is the per 100,000 population, both in case of males and females. What I am trying to say, there is a regional distribution which is quite vast and quite varied. I'm sure when you have got your definite cancer registry program at the national level, you may find something like that, because the smoking habits, the diet habits, that may be different. I'm not very sure about that. So there are various demographic variables. As you can see, this is the demographics of India. I can see again this again Robocan report I have said, and again I am not going to show those details. So this is the cancer informative platform. As you can see, in India also we are expecting the number to be more and more. We have what will be the number of cases. And you can see these are the projected cases of lung cancer. We expect more than 1 lakh cases of lung cancer. That is what is the projection, which will be a huge problem. You know, if we go back, the earliest report we saw in Indian literature is about 1948. We are getting those reports. They are very, very rare. It was considered to be very rare. And you see, it is reported from various parts of the country. I think the earliest report, the largest series, we reported in 1990 about more than 1,000 cases, and then you can see these are about 30 or 50 reports which are reported from all over the country, from different parts, north, south, east, west, central part of India. From everywhere now we are getting the reports. So this constitutes about lung cancer, about 7% of all the cancers, and all cancer-related deaths. It is the commonest cancer and a cause of cancer-related mortality in men, and highest incidence from Mizoram in both males and females. So this is the age-adjusted rates. And then again you see the mean age is around, there are 3 major series of the large number of cases reported. You can say the median age is around less than 60 years, that is about a decade earlier in comparison to the Western series. And if you see here, again it is more common in case of smoker in comparison to non-smokers. Again, the smoking index, the higher is the smoking index and more amount of smoking, the incidence is more important. Then again, one of the important things, that is the tobacco related products that is smoked in India. You can see the bidis, cigarettes, hookah and mist. The bidi smokers, they have got a higher odds ratio, it is around 2.64, and it is more than the cigarette smoker. That bidi smoking is more harmful as regards lung cancer is concerned. And you see, this is I think the common scene. I think you must have seen it in Nepal also. So then all smokers it is higher, and bidi smokers is higher than the cigarette smokers, as you can see the odds ratio. And then these are the various reports from different investigators from our country. Then the other risk factors, particularly these are the histological confirmed cases. So ever smoking, it is about 5 as in our PGI study, and among women it is around 2.47. And this is about the passive smoking and lung cancer. You can see there is a childhood exposure to second-hand smoking, it is about 4. If the spouse is a smoker, the risk will be 5.1. Workplace, there is a risk association, and exposure in vehicles is the risk as in non-smokers. And again, this is the full data from the world data. But I am trying to say that passive smoking is also an important cause of lung cancer. And then other things are lung cancer in the non-smoking Asian women, the indoor coal burning, the burning of smoking coal, burning of incense sticks, diet, post-tubercular fibrosis, human papillomavirus infection, and then microsporum infection. So these are some of the other etiological factors in the Asian women. And again, this is one of the studies about biomass fuel and lung cancer. Indian women, you can see the odds ratio, those who are exposed to biomass fuel, is 5 times higher than other clinical use, and I'm sure the same thing will be happening in Nepal. Will be happening in Nepal. So this is again, these are the another thing in the indoor air pollution. We are here lot of things. This is one of the recent publications in the Blue Journal, that is the American Journal of Respiratory and Critical Care Medicine. You can see the risk of developing various lung diseases, including lung cancer, is higher in case of air pollution in general. I think that is becoming an important issue in developing countries like ours. These are different regions of the world. I am not going to discuss that in general. So what it says, the particulate matter 2.5 is attributed to number of global lung cancer deaths about 0.21 million. The disability adjusted life years lost because of these ambient PM 2.5 things about 7.02 million. More deaths and disability adjusted life years, they are accounted for in case of males. The heaviest burden occurs in the East Asian countries, accounting for over 50% worldwide. China ranked the first worldwide, and then of course other countries. I think we should be very careful about those exposure to ambient high particulate in pollution. So these are again some of the other causes that I have just described to you. And then there are a lot of other risk factors. I am not going to that. That is just to show you, but they are so small and so clumsy. I have already discussed the major factors. Then, so therefore, if we summarize, the main risk factors will be tobacco use of all cancers. They are tobacco use, all carcinogenic infections like hepatitis B virus, hepatitis C virus, then again papilloma virus and H. pylori infection. Then low fruit and vegetable intake, alcohol use, physical inactivity, overweight and obesity, urban air pollution which also discussed, and indoor smoke from cooking and eating. So these are some of the main risk factors for any cancer. So we should look at many of these things are actually highly prevalent in our region in the Asian countries. So now coming to the lung cancer, the various diagnostic methods. Purposefully, I have kept this slide in front of the Honorable Vice Chancellor. You see, for lung cancer, obviously we have got various methods, clinical, radiological, bronchoscopy, and all other things. Then interventional, like the radiological. And then the one thing is, I like to draw your kind attention to PET scan. In your country, you need a PET scan. Not only for lung cancer, for all types of cancer. I learned that you have 3 PET machines in the country. But the problem is there is no issue of getting the FDG, the fluorodioxide report, which is that is the pressure which is report. So I think, sir, you please look into that. Then obviously there are various diagnostic methods. I am not going to pure academic discussion. I am just trying to touch upon them. So I'm sure all of the things I am very happy that we saw that in your government department. You are ready to accept the PET scan. Obviously this is a country problem. I am sure you are going to solve that very soon. And then what is the other issues in countries like ours, Nepal, India? And even you see many of the symptoms of lung cancer are almost same to that of TB. So the first thinking goes to TB. So many of our lung cancer cases are in India are diagnosed initially as TB. They are treated for TB for many months. By the time you know that it is not TB but it is lung cancer. So by the time the stage advances, from stage 1, 2, 3 it goes to stage 3 or stage 4. That's the important thing. Would be very active national TB control program in both of our countries. It still happens in India. Still many of our physician friends make that mistake. And I'm sure it should be happening in Nepal also. I'm sure we have the same thing, one and the same thing. It must be happening. So that is one warning to all my doctor friends to be careful. And then obviously there are many changes like immunohistochemistry. So to exactly type 5 or type of lung cancer it is, because the things have changed, and you will see in my subsequent slides. Again, as I told you, I am not going to discuss about the academics part of it, but you need to have these facilities, immunocytochemistry or histochemistry, and fortunately sir, this is available there also. That is a very good thing. And again, this is the lung cancer, this is the national cancer registry data. You see, this is the data of 2020 produced by ICMR. You can see this is the report of nearly 22,000 cases histological proven. You see, the most common cancer is adenocarcinoma. It is now become right. The next slides will show you how there is a transition. Earlier, the commonest cancer was squamous cell carcinoma. You can see that period this is a arbitrary division I have made in a recent review. So I have made it from 1960 to about 2004, then from 2005 to 2015 or 16, and then after 2016. You see what changes that has taken place. You see, squamous cell carcinoma used to be very common form of cancer in these two periods. And then suddenly what happened? Now the adenocarcinoma has taken place. Right? The same thing is depicted in this part. The squamous cell carcinoma has come down over the years, these 3 periods as I told you, and then adenocarcinoma has taken. Now adenocarcinoma is the commonest form of cancer. The same thing, adenocarcinoma from about 18%, now it is around 34% of all lung cancer. So there is a change, there is a transition. It is either because of their influenza or because of immunocytochemistry or immunohistochemistry. These things have taken place. Then the stage, another thing in the stage of presentation I have already hinted that. You see, most of the lung cancer cases, it must be for many other cancers also. You see, the presentation is at a more advanced stage, that is stage 3B, 3A, 3B or 4A, 4B. We are getting less and less number of early stage cancer, so that definite therapy of surgery is not possible in many of these cases. You see here, these are the localized only, you can see much less, locoregional or distant metastasis with majority of cases. This is not only in our country, Nepal, India or South Asian countries. Again, these are the same thing it shows here. In whatever PNM staging or DCR stage, whatever stage you do, more cases after in more advanced stages. It is not only for our countries as I told you, this also happens in more westernized countries. You know, this is the about 83% of non-small cell lung cancer patients are stage 3B or 4 at the time of diagnosis. I think that is another thing you have to be very careful. Then coming to the last part of my talk, the evolution of therapy in lung cancer. You know, how the concept has changed. You see, in earlier days when we are students, you have a student, you must be knowing, yes sir, lung cancer, it is okay, it is lung cancer, it is good enough. Then came, you say non-small cell and small cell. Then in the non-small cell, then you try to tell about, okay, it is squamous or non-squamous. Then we came, okay, it is not non-squamous, it is adenocarcinoma, large cell carcinoma, or no definite pattern. Again, we are not satisfied. Now this is the era of molecular pathology. So now it is not enough. You have to say whether it is EGFR positive, ALK positive, or the ROS1 positive, or whether it is PDL1 positive, what is the percentage of PDL1. So that is how, ladies and gentlemen, these are the evolution of our understanding of lung cancer, and accordingly the diagnostic, not the therapeutic approach, the diagnostic approach, and so also the survival has improved. Now we have got these are the traditional treatments, the surgery in the early stages, only in stage 1 or 2, then we have the radiation therapy, chemotherapy. Now it is the targeted therapy or personalized therapy, and then of course now came the monoclonal antibodies, what we call as the immunotherapy. So these are the evolution that has taken place in the field of lung cancer. Actually, lung cancer was one of the rarest cancers known in the history. Actually, it was when I underwent my first training in lung cancer, my professor at B.P.Koirala, surgical oncologist, he will tell me if you are diagnosing a patient of lung cancer today, next year same day, neither the patient will be alive or you will never see that patient on the same. That is how he had taught me. But now things, as you see, the things have changed. So, what is the next step? So therefore, as clinicians we should understand, issue is the issue. So how you will handle this issue, your pain, what are the important steps to your message to the cyto or pathology? Because you always either you preserve or you destroy the issue. So accordingly, you have to go for that. So we have to do this sample and then you have to stepwise go and make this with the diagnosis. And accordingly you go for molecular testing or the PDA. So, and while getting the treatment, these are the factors, what is the histology, what is the stage of the disease, what is the performance of the status of the performance status of the patient, what is the affordability, of course, the pocket size of the patient is also important, and then the ability, whether or not the facility is available or not, and then availability of those drugs. So then I was surprised to note that some of the immunotherapeutic drugs, they are very, very costly, but unfortunately they are also not available. That is what Dr. Mishra told me. The same thing had happened to us about a year ago. We were also not getting these drugs. So as you can see, these are the various, again issue, this is our national data. You can see the surgery could only be done in case of only 5 to 6% of patients in India. Then the of course radiotherapy system has most of them, so you have to go for some form of system. So the staging is very, very important because the survival, 5-year survival, you can see as the stage advances, the survival rate comes down. The more earlier the stage, the better is the survival. So it is always important to follow the staging system. And so therefore, ladies and gentlemen, there is a paradigm shift in our approach to treatment of lung cancer. Lung cancer is not a single disease as I showed you that slide. Then it is a collection of distinct molecular driven neoplasm. That in 2004, that is Lynch et al., they are giving this concept. Then there is a subset of patients of lung cancer, they harbor the activating mutations, particularly in the EGFR gene. Subsequently, many more came in, like R, BRAF, etc. Then the discovery of immunotherapy, or what we call immuno-oncology, it is the greatest beneficiary of many other cancers which are there, but lung cancer is the greatest beneficiary. So those discoveries permanently shifted the landscape of lung cancer therapy to a personalized approach based on the molecular approach. So, what is those advances? This same thing I have told you. What in earlier you said the lung cancer, then came with the month, the other things came in. So now in the era of immuno-oncology. Then there are numerous gene alterations in any cancer. I think you will be knowing it. These are various methods there is, that is the NGS, the next generation sequencing, there are the RT-PCR, then the Sanger sequencing, and many other things. And again, this is how you get the picture. If it is the adenocarcinoma, these are the lung cancer mutation, reporting will come if you will lung cancer. So many of them will have a KRAS mutation, will have EGFR mutation, and then many other minor mutations. Right? And then for squamous cell carcinoma also, there will be many other mutations, but unfortunately so far, no targetable mutation for squamous cell carcinoma, no drug is available. So although we know the mutation, but we cannot treat them with the mutation. But for adenocarcinoma, we have got now many drugs. We have now 7 or 8 different mutations for which definite therapy drugs are available. So this is what if you do more and newer sophisticated methods to get now 57 different types of genetic calculations in adenocarcinoma or so you get something in picture like this. So these are these driver 7 different mutations for which treatment is available, and of course the PD-L1, that is the immuno-oncology available. So therefore what one should do stepwise to make initial diagnosis, Then you go for molecular testing and then go for PDL1 testing to know how to treat this patient. This is how you have to move. So these are the then if you don't have the tissue biopsy, you can also go for liquid biopsy, or it can be done with the blood instead of plasma. These things can be done many of the operations can also be done. Then I think again, most interestingly, it is also important to know for us, that is very interesting, EGFR is the most common in adenocarcinoma of lungs. You see the variation. You see the Southeast Asian countries and more of East Asian countries like Taiwan and other countries. You see the mutation of EGFR to the tune of 50%, 60%. In case of countries like India, you see our mutation rate, I show you some slides subsequently, that is around 25 to 30%. If you come to the more developed countries like USA and Europe, it is about 16 to 17% will be EGFR positive. So there is a disparity. So it is always important to know about country-wise data. I am sure Nepal will be the same as that of India. It will be roughly 25-30% of our case. What is the advantage? Just simply give the tablet. So then we see the result subsequently. So this is the data from the data memorial. They have done more than 1,000 cases. So their overall data is about 29%. So this is our own data from PGI. So these are the EGFR mutation positive cases, which again our data is around 26-27. So roughly between 25. So more common in case of females, more in case of non-smokers, and then the testing method. So these are 2 or 3 and 18 in case of females. So these are the EGFR mutation in 4 larger centers in India. So here all combined around 30%. In DMC Kolkata about 31%. That is Rajiv Gandhi Cancer Center Delhi about 30%. PGI Chandigarh about 30%. And AIMS New Delhi about 30%. So roughly around 30% will be EGFR positive. And these are in which mutation area. We have got exon 19 is the most common mutation in C. And then what are the, you can see that so many drugs are available for each mutation. I am not going into the details because these are only specialized areas, but my message is, if you know the mutation, you can see for 7 different mutations you will get the drugs. These are all, most of them are oral drugs, right? And this is what I have told you, what are the drugs for the EGFR, you have got 4 or 5 different drugs. For ALK mutation, there are again another 4 or 5 drugs. And then for each one of these mutations, most of all of them are oral drugs. You see, this is why it is important. You see, this is a case of ALK mutation positive. And for that treatment at that time was physiotherapy was the first line of work. This is a PET scan. You see there is widespread metastasis. Then this is just after 14 days of therapy. You see the change here and here. All the mutations are gone. So there is so dramatic the result. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, it is very important to know. So this is again what are the different tests and how it works. That is, I don't think I have to go into those details. So now there are many other investigational targets of drugs. So this is one of the advancements in the field of drugs. Again, many drugs and coming to immunotherapy, this is the basis of immuno-oncology. What happens? The tumor cells, they suppress the T cells or the lymphocytes. So what happens? They have got various ligands. If you block those ligands, then what will happen? The T lymphocytes will be activated. So that is just to block the ligand. So the T lymphocytes, which are inactivated by tumor cells, now become activated and they kill the cell. That is the basis of immuno-oncology or immunotherapy. So now you see there will be many drugs which are available. Many drugs are now available, including these are the, so we say PDL1 is more than 50%, to give them certain kind of therapy. And the good thing about it is both effective in stomach as well as antibiotics. If the PDL1 is between 1 to 49%, If it is less than 1%, you can see the type of drugs it will be. So, and then you see what is the distribution of these cells. You can see about 25 to 30% of all lung cancer will have PD-L1 more than 1. Meaning thereby, still many of these cases can be treated with immunotherapy. So that is what is the message. So therefore, the point is, if I not able to summarize for you, if you have got 100 patients of lung cancer, 30% of them are adenocarcinoma. So out of these 30%, you will have 30% will have EGFR positive, 8% will have positive, 2% will have other mutation. And then, so another 3% squamous cell also will be positive. So roughly about 20 cases of those 100 cases of lung cancer can be amenable to targeted. And another 30% will be PD-L1 positive. So another 30% can give them immunotherapy. So even if in the advanced cases of lung cancer, about 50% of cases can be treated. So that is what is the message. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, I try to give you an overview of cancer in general, various types of, the etiological factors that is prevalent in our area, in our region, and what are the advancements that are taking place in the field of lung cancer that I shared, taking that as an example. So when I started my journey about 30 years back in early 80s, that as a pulmonologist, I used to see we diagnose the case of lung cancer. Then they are sent to the radiotherapy. We did not have a medical oncologist unlike here. That was quite advanced as that. Oncology was concerned. So radiotherapist give radiotherapy as well as the chemotherapy. So they are overburdened. So I, as a young pulmonologist, I requested my institute, sir, I want some training, so we can also train. So we took the permission from the director. They also very readily agree. So what was done at that time, you know, what was the survival rate? Survival rate was in weeks. We diagnosed the patient. Then the patient, maximum survival was 14 weeks, 15 weeks, median survival. So by 4 months, 5 months, the patient died. Then came newer, at that time, very primitive drugs. Now the newer generation might not be hearing those names, linguistic induction, methotrexate. Those are the 3 drugs very good. Then came more and more advanced drugs, like, many new drugs came in. Then only in 2010, 2012, we got this targeted therapy, immunotherapy. Do you know what is the median survival rate of these patients? Because of lack of time, I am not able to show you. But now I can tell you the median survival rate is 3 years, 5 years. Our patients, many of my patients, are still at the 7 or 8 years totally disease. But the issue is, for us, countries like this, is many of the drugs are not available, number one. Number two, even if they are available, many of drugs are very, very pro-inhibitory cost. Immunotherapy cost is around 1.5 to 2 lakhs per course every 3 weeks. You have to give it in there. And that is more so with a patient support system through the companies, because they have got their monopoly over that. It is not opened up. So these are some of the issues, but I think with time we have seen the age. In my lifetime I could see from 5 weeks, 10 weeks, 14 weeks, now we have come to 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. So I think times have changed. The same thing will change. And therefore, only thing we need to march with time. We have to go with all the advances that is taking place. So I am sure with this we can give better cancer care to our patients, innumerable patients. But I think I will also like to tell you we have to also simultaneously preventive care is very important. Right? Smoking, which is very much prevalent in Nepal. Different types of smoking, different types of risk factors, cervical cancer, breast cancer, they are also quite prevalent here. So if you take a holistic approach for the cancer control program in your country, like in my country, I think much more we can do for the cancer patients in general and lung cancer in particular, because that was So ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much. Maybe some of the talks will be little technical for many of them, but I try to give a broad overview how we should establish a the cancer care in our area. The same problem as you are facing, we have faced that, we are still facing. We have got lot of oncologists in the country. There are not many oncologists to type of lung cancer in our country. There is a, I told you, the institutes like PGI, they did not have a medical oncology department. So therefore we divided the chest people are looking at the lung cancer, the hematologists are seeing oncology part, pediatric people are looking at pediatric oncology, and like this. So I think maybe some sort of that approach can be done if you don't have medical oncology. I do not know what is your facility here. So some of those type of things also can be done. So these will be only some of my thoughts. I thought I must share it with you. So I again thank you very much for your kind attention and the type of honors you have given me, the type of love, affection you showed me. I am really grateful.
For sharing your experience with us and keeping us updated regarding the cancer status in our subcontinent. Also, we are highly obliged towards the feedback you have put onto us, and we will definitely strive to maintain the standards you expected. Thank you very much, sir. We look forward to strengthening this Indo-Nepal relationship even further in the upcoming years and develop a better, stronger, healthier community and improve the overall patient's care. I would like to take your permission to share the quote from our chief guest. He says that one should be determined, one should remain focused and work till one breath is last. Thank you, sir. Moving forward, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome the Vice Chancellor of B.P.Koirala, Prof. Dr.Digambar to present token of love to the guest of honor, Professor Dr. Rajkumar, sir. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come towards the end of this program. I would like to call upon the Hospital Director, Dr. Jagat Narayan Prasad, to present the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Kumar. Respected our chief guest and orator, Padma Shri awardee, Digambar Behera sir, our guest of honor, Professor Dr. Rajkumar sir, Vice Chancellor sir, Rector sir, Registrar sir, Dean Academics, Dean Examinations, heads of all departments, chief of all division and section, all faculty members, all administrative and nursing staffs, dear students and dear colleagues. Namaste and good afternoon to you all. As today we are celebrating 29th anniversary of B.P.Koirala and 109th birth anniversary of B.P.Koirala, I feel honored and privileged to propose this vote of thanks on on the behalf of B.P.Koirala and myself. First of all, I would like to thank our chief guest and orator, Padma Shri awardee, Professor Digambar Behera sir, for his gracious presence and inspiring oration. Such journey has lots of parallels to where our organization is right now. What sir had started more than 40 years back is the current status of and need of our institute. Now is the time to take personal and collective leadership to expand new services in our institute and to follow the path of success shown to us by his journey. I would also like to thank our guest of honor and director of Vallabhbhai Patel Chest Institute, New Delhi, Professor Dr. Rajkumar sir, for his valuable time. Balancing administrative and clinical work is such a delicate balance, and you are master of this, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, I am also trying to follow the same path. Also, your presence gives us the opportunity to develop close collaboration between our two institutions. I also express my sincere thanks to all dignitaries, special guests, faculty members, all administrative and nursing staffs, dear students, members of press, and all colleagues present here for 21st B.P.Koirala Memorial Oration. And at the last, but not the least, on the behalf of B.P.Koirala, my sincere thanks goes to all personalities who have contributed directly and indirectly to make this event successful. With this sincere feeling of gratitude, I hereby conclude this oration ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. In the context of driving political change in Nepal, B.P.Koirala once said, "It may be a matter of touch and go. We have no other choice but to make the effort. As far as I'm concerned, knowing fully well that the situation is really desperate, I'm making an effort, a national total effort, to raise our country from the political, economic, and diplomatic morass." Ladies and gentlemen, this shows to us the character of our founder, the spirit of the fighter, and in many ways a reminder for us to continuously strive to make the effort to improve the lives of those around us, our community, and our country. Above all, to make a total effort to grow our university. Take it to newer heights in the years to come. It's been an honor to serve you as a Master of Ceremony in this session. I, Dr. Kumul Chapagai, would like to once again thank you all the guests for your gracious presence, your valuable time and insights you have shared with us. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to them, and I hope all of us did. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the day. Namaste.